Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Patterson Hill Properties. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays, all that great stuff. Hopefully you guys are enjoying yourselves with your families and friends. Be happy to be alive. Even though the year is over with and it might feel like you haven't accomplished everything you wanted to, it doesn't matter. You're still here. You can still hear me. You can see me. You can see yourself and the people that you love in your life. And that's all that matters at the end of the day. Getting money is great. Getting real estate is great. But being able to wake up and look at your life and say, man, I'm alive and well, that you can't put a price tag on that. So I had to put that one out there because I think when it boils down to it, we just need to be thankful for still being here and still having a chance to make another day a better day. So anyways, my subject matter I'm gonna be getting into, it's gonna be real simple, talking about opportunities for small developers and in the distressed neighborhoods within Cook County Land Banking Authority within Chicago, Illinois. Good old Chi-Town, the Midwest, all that good stuff. And I'm sure right now it's probably freezing up there. So I always give people credit who live in the Midwest because I can't do it. I can visit, but I can't. That's some serious cold weather they have up there. So no, thank you. But anyways, the great article that I came across the other day is basically talking about awesome real estate opportunities in land banking, and it's another different niche of the real estate industry that you might want to look into. I know I will eventually, and I know people who've done a lot of great things with it. They own a lot of them even own land that they haven't done anything with, but the fact that they own it and they're only paying property taxes on it, it's a beautiful thing. When you own something, there's nothing like that pure feeling. Like, for an investor like myself, when I own a property outright, it's like somebody getting a brand new car, buying it cash money without having a car note or anything of that nature. It just makes me feel good, warm inside, and I know I can do a lot with it and not have to worry about the banks. So I just have to worry about the tax man. So, the city or the county government. So, but anyways, lots of cities and towns are selling and at times giving away land because at the end of the day, companies and governments are like regular people. They need money to be sustainable. And if local governments have land that isn't being utilized, then they are not really collecting taxes on it. Now, the article that I read, remember, they're not collecting taxes on it. Therefore, like a business, if you're not collecting revenue, you are losing money. And that's how it is for a lot of local governments. If they don't have anyone who owns the property or the land, then obviously they're losing money because they're not getting taxes that they could obviously utilize for any additional government services. So let's just keep it simple on that note. Now, the article that I read starts off with Daquan Robinson, a 32-year-old Chatham native, which I found out it's a specific area in the Chicago, Illinois area, who is in the construction building business. He's learned all his actual special construction skills from his grandfather. And that's a beautiful thing when you can pass down a great skill set like that. I always give credit to blue collar workers because, their jobs are always in demand, very hard, especially during this time of year. In the December, January, February, March timeframe is very cold outside, and I always give credit where credit is due. You people that are in that industry, my hat goes off to you. But anyways, especially it's in demand from an entrepreneur's perspective because it allows blue collar workers more opportunities to work on their own terms. Mr. Robinson is a licensed general contractor with a 5-year-old business, DNA Construction. Now, and I love that because obviously hey, he's getting the DNA together and he's building something new, beautiful. He's looking to make about $80,000 to $90,000 in profit on his latest rehab in the Greater Grand Crossing home, a property that is basically 500 rehab for the Cook County Land Banking Authority that he's obtained. He's a part of the Small Business Owners, Developers, and Individuals working with the CCLBA, an independent agency of Cook County, Illinois, founded by the Cook County Board of Commissioners in 2013 to help residents and the communities hit hard by the 2008 mortgage crisis. And obviously a lot of people were hit hard by that during that time frame. So the CCLB acquires properties that sit vacant, abandoned, and tax delinquent for years and sells them at below market rates to qualified community-based developers who then rehab the homes and sell them to homeowners. The city benefits, the community benefits, and up and coming developers like Mr. Robinson definitely benefit as well because of all the investing taking place. And I love it. It's like I said, great information. And like I said, if you're a person who's thinking about getting into the land banking or even delinquent tax property, there's so many niches out there. It's just something to look into. And this is why doing a significant amount of research is required, not just a Google search, but, talking to people who are in the business, going down to your local county building and talking to people who are dealing with the giving away or selling of land and lots and things of that nature. It's a big deal, and it requires trial and error, just like any other niche out there. But it can be very lucrative for the right investor. There are a lot of people that are in the real estate investment industry but never look into city or state-based programs that help and give incentives for you to invest into their communities. I've met so many people who bought their first home and didn't have to put any money down. They just had to pay closing costs because they were first home buyers. And it's because the county that they resided in had a specific program built in for people like them, because they want to ensure that everybody has a chance to get access to becoming a homeowner. And a lot of the people I've met, they became homeowners and then they became real estate investors because they took equity out of their home and bought more properties, et cetera, and so forth. You know the game. House hacking, it's a beautiful thing. Now, Cook County Commissioner Bridget Gaynor stated that the community used to have about 500 vacant blocks. That's a lot. Now they have about 500 occupied blocks. The land bank has helped entrepreneurs like Mr. Robinson, grow his business, as well as turn around familiar neighborhoods block by block, one property at a time. And like I said, people like that should be commended, because they're people that are from the community and they're actually benefiting from the community, and they're actually making the community a better place. So that's how it's supposed to be. It's like, don't always just be so quick to turn your back on a place just because it doesn't look like how you want it to look. Because then the thing is, okay, well, what are you doing as an individual, or what are you trying to do as a collective? Just something to think about. Now, Cook County, Illinois' primary objection is to have people rehab vacant housing and get those homes back in active use and on the tax rolls. Cook County, Illinois' government has the ability to remove barriers like back taxes, code violations, old mortgages, things that encumber obtaining the title of property, making the area a great mega for basically for current and future real estate investors. And the article stated that there are 400 plus small developers, the majority of whom are Black and Latino, said Gaynor, the commission director. So I think that's a beautiful thing as well. The current CCLBA, because these are people of the community, chairwoman, stated that, gave a great example, like a former nurse who's turned real estate broker, Trinette Lindsay of Lansing, Michigan, who renovated about, 2,200 square foot property in South Chicago and secured a contract with a first-time home buyer within 15 days of listing it. Beautiful thing, right? I think it's very smart for a lot of retirees to think about getting in some sort of real estate investment, because depending on your job, whether if you have some sort of a government pension or regular 401k, hopefully you definitely have an individual retirement account, IRA. Hopefully you got stocks and bonds and things of that nature, and any other investment vehicles that you might have. Obviously you want to consult a financial professional when it comes to having a successful retirement. But having real estate, flipping properties or buy and hold, like I love to do, can add to your supplemental income, because we know even with all the things I just mentioned, plus Social Security, for the most part, it's not going to be enough unless you reside in a place that doesn't have a mortgage and you don't have to pay rent. You just have to worry about property taxes and obviously your utilities. But things, if you do own a place outright, you are still responsible for making insurance, is stable and whatnot and safe for you to reside in. So when stuff happens, you got to be able to afford that. So that's why when I read stuff about other retirees looking into getting into real estate investment on many levels, I always commend them for it, because we live in a think outside of the box culture now, whether people want to believe it or not. And if all you want to do is think that you're going to have a job and everything is going to be all right, you're going to be in trouble. And I leave it at that. It's just my own personal thing. Like I said, unless you have inheritances and things like regular working people, this message is for you. Think outside of the box. We're going into a new decade here, 2020. I'm not saying resolution, I'm saying accomplish some freaking goals. Forget your New Year's resolutions, okay? But anyways, I digress. Had to go off on my little tangent. Now, the individual says she's now looking for more properties via the CCLB in Morgan Park, in Washington Heights, and Inglewood. Only place I know, because I've never been to Chicago, I know Inglewood. And Bridget Washington, a medical device salesperson. We're talking about regular working people here. That's the beautiful thing. You know, renovated a 4-bedroom, 1-bathroom bungalow, basically, and turned it into a 4-bedroom, 2.5-bathroom home with new masonry work, plumbing, electrical, and HVAC, etc. She said she tried her hand at rehabbing to use her creativity to add to her retirement. Like I said, you know, adding more money, supplemental income is a must for working people. If you're rich, you don't have to worry about this because you already know the principles of wealth. The article stated that developers also have to show the nonprofit they have the ability to execute their plans, finances to build it, and explain how they are going to attract buyers and at what price range. Properties don't go to the highest bidder. Instead, properties are awarded through evaluation in which acquisition specialists look at a developer's plan, prior work, if there's any, and references. You don't have to be a licensed or certified professional to rehab a property. This we know. You just have to ensure that when you do that, you have a licensed professional to rehab your property. Don't get the guy or the female down the street that does it on the side but are not licensed. So if you are interested in pursuing something to this effect, please do your homework, consult professionals, and attend seminars, etc., and so forth, because the future is now, and we got to take part in this, whether you want to or not. It's in your best interest to have to figure out some sort of supplemental income. But I think for investors, it's definitely in your best interest to look into different aspects of real estate investing to see what really works for you. Always look in areas to add to your portfolio. You don't have to go too crazy, but you know, having that supplemental income, that's what it's all about. It's not a want, it is a must. I can't kick that can down the road enough. I can't hit the head on the nail on that one enough. You know, it's a necessity. So anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, if you're looking into doing this, please do your research. Check Google out. Look, I'm sure there's other videos in regards to land banking programs out there, especially if you wanted to do it in the Cook County, Illinois area. And hey, have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Like I said, enjoy life with your loved ones and keep doing what you're doing. 2020 and beyond, pursue your goals and aspirations. Take care.